Hey there everyone, it's Jenna. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna do a little Target shop with me and haul. So you all know that I like to take you through the store and point out those pieces that will specifically elevate your space and give it that expensive designer feel. But of course, they're for those amazing Target prices. And I like to show you guys designer dupes and give you styling tips and ideas as we go through the store. And then we'll come back home and I'll show you everything that I found for my own space and how I'm planning to style it. So hopefully you get some fun fall decorating inspiration from this video. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and without further ado, let's head off to Target.
Okay, so here we are at Target in the Threshold by Studio McGee section, and the first thing that caught my eye was this burgundy wildflower arrangement. I loved the deep burgundy color of the cosmos, and they looked super similar to the ones that they're selling on Pottery Barn right now for $47 each, while this entire arrangement is only $30. And that's a great deal considering they even show a similar arrangement using the cosmos in Pottery Barn's photos. And I will say that these guys needed a little bit of fluffing. The underside of these red leaves just needed to be fixed, and I also gave the cosmos stems a little bend for a more natural look, but I thought this piece would add that wild gathered look to your fall decorating, and I thought it was a great price. Another thing that I thought looked very high-end were these arched glass lanterns, and I showed you all last year how I filled a similar lantern with some candles and dried orange slices and just used that as a centerpiece, and these would be great for doing that, or if you buy the pair, they would look stunning on somewhere like a mantle or on a covered patio. And these remind me a lot of the ones they sell at Crate and Barrel for more than 3 times the price. And there's so many things that you could display in here, like potpourri and fairy lights, battery operated candles, or even autumn botanicals. And speaking of botanicals, I really liked these golden brown faux hops from Hearth and Hand. I thought $15 for this entire bunch was pretty reasonable considering these could stand on their own in a vase or you could style them in a tray. And I loved the natural look of them. Threshold also had some hops, but they were a lot more colorful, and you all know I kind of gravitate more towards natural earthy colors when it comes to my faux florals, and I thought that these ones looked a lot more realistic in comparison with those. Autumn is also a great time to incorporate woven decor into your space, and I spotted this super cute little woven basket, and this would look really pretty hung on a door or maybe on a wall hook with some fall florals inside. And I went and got some of our hops to see what they would look like, and I just thought this looked so effortless and natural with a couple of those put in there. You could even just put a couple of fall stems that you already have or dried florals hanging out of the side, maybe with like a little blanket or a pumpkin on the other side, like a little mini pumpkin. Just lots of things that you could do with this, and it's great for all seasons to have year round. Another thing that I've been seeing a lot of designers use lately are floral print pillows with natural earthy tones, and I've seen these for sale on designer sites like Amber Interiors and Studio McGee, and typically these pillows sell for around $100 on those designer sites, while this one at Target was only $35, so really good deal to get that designer look for less. Same thing with these plush pumpkin pillows. These guys were only $20, and they sell super similar looking ones at Pottery Barn for $50. Right now they're on sale for $35, but still a much better price at Target considering they look almost identical. And these are great because you can just pop one of these on your sofa with the pillows you already have to instantly get that fall feel. And they also have this vintage look one for those of you who like a little pop of color and pattern. This is also a great time of year to incorporate brass accents into your space since they help to add a feeling of warmth. And I love to use brass candlesticks of different heights when styling my holiday tablescapes. I use mine every single year, and I actually collected mine from thrift stores, but this could be a good alternative if you can't find any at the thrift stores or you want more of a modern look. And one of my favorite pieces that I saw on this trip was this preserved magnolia wreath. These are actually real magnolia leaves, so it gives off such a lifelike look. And Anthropologie actually sells a very similar wreath for $164, and you could totally recreate this look by grabbing some dried florals at Hobby Lobby or Michael's and just sticking them in the wreath. They actually had some stunning dried florals here that would look so pretty with the colors in the magnolia wreath. And it was this stunning, warm yet neutral, earthy tone undertones of these leaves that made me love this piece so much. And I feel like this looks so much more expensive than it is. And typically I'm not a don't buy this person. I'm not a fan of that mentality because I think people should buy the things that they're drawn to and what makes them happy. But I did just want to show this bright red wreath in comparison, and you can see how much more realistic and expensive the magnolia wreath looks because of those natural textures and colors. Another favorite was this preserved pampas grass wreath. I loved the warm, fluffy texture on this one. The only thing is pampas grass does shed, so this might be better for a low traffic area. And if you're looking for a more durable faux floral wreath, this one would be my pick. I loved the mix of olive, eucalyptus, and magnolia leaves, and a similar ribbon alone on Anthropologie would cost you $46, while the wreath and ribbon here were only $35. Definitely a cute piece with some rustic charm, and I loved that added ribbon detail. Another piece that I loved was this warm brown woven tray, and the warm chocolate brown color would be so pretty contrasted against a lighter wood or a marble countertop. There's so many ways that you could style this, but I thought it'd be cute to grab some faux fall stems and just casually lay them in there for an effortless look, and then you could add a fall candle for an extra cozy feel. And obviously I'd be careful when actually lighting the candle next to florals, but this would be really pretty just styled on somewhere like a coffee table, console table, dresser, or a kitchen island. Another piece that I was loving from this new fall collection was this burgundy floral arrangement. The stems really reminded me of the semi-safuga stems that they sell at A Floral for $28 per stem, while this entire arrangement was only $30. I loved the rustic texture of the vase, and this has a similar feel to the one that I picked up last week from At Home, but this one just has more of that like deep burgundy color to the leaves, which I really loved. Another section that I always love to check out is the kitchenware from Hearth and Hand. They always have so many expensive looking pieces for really affordable prices, like this sweet little scalloped spoon rest for only $5. I also thought this little brass and wood recipe box was so adorable. It even came with recipe cards inside, and this could be a cute gift for someone who just bought a home or is getting married. My aunt actually filled out recipe cards from my entire family with their favorite crowd pleasers as a wedding gift, and it is so thoughtful and one of my favorite wedding gifts, so that could be a little fun idea with this one. I also loved these marble cake stands. I have a cake stand out on our kitchen island that I love to display our breakfast bars and treats during the holiday season. It's also nice for when guests come to have things like muffins or cookies so that they feel like they don't have to go rummaging through the pantry for a snack, and they're just pretty to look at. I also loved these marble trays. These could go anywhere, like a bathroom or on a coffee table. They'd also be pretty in a kitchen to hold things like an olive oil cruet and a candle. And I also love that they're all different and they each have like a distinct marble pattern on them. Overall, there were so many stunning yet affordable pieces with that rustic look to help elevate the look of your kitchen.
Okay, so now we're back home and I'm going to show you all of my finds and how I'm planning to style them in my space. And the first thing that I found was this stunning amber glass pumpkin. Now, I was really drawn to the color and the shape of this because it reminded me so much of the one that they sell at Terrain and Anthropologie. That guy is $58 and it looks super similar to this one, while this one was only 25 bucks. So I figured this could give me a very similar look. At the store I was at, there was another taller clear one if you don't like the amber glass, but personally I love the color of this and I think it looks so beautiful when the sunlight shines through it, and it just adds such a beautiful warmth to a space. And what I'm actually going to do with this is, I showed you all how I got that little jack-o'-lantern at home, and then I took out the candle and I put a little diffuser in there instead. So I still have the candle part, so what I'm going to do is just put some batteries in that and pop this in here, and it's just going to give off such a cozy glow. And this pumpkin is super versatile. It honestly can accent anything. lighting. It actually can stand alone by itself on a shelf and just give off a really cozy glow. It can accent a larger vase on somewhere like a dining table or a floor vase. It could go by a front doorstep. If you have something like potted mums or something, this would look really pretty styled next to it. It's one of those pieces where you can use it in a different way every year, so it kind of feels like new decor. And I just love the amber coloring of this. I think it's super classic and timeless, so it's one of those pieces that I'll have for a really long time, and a great deal at 25 bucks. Okay, so we all know one of the best parts about the fall season is the fall candles, and they came out with these stunning pumpkin candles, so I knew I had to get one, and I got this really beautiful warm cider and pumpkin candle. Instead of the typical glass like they had the last couple of years, they have this beautiful frosted glass, and I just love the look of this. And not only that, but this one smells so good. They had so many options there this year. I was actually really impressed. I had a hard time deciding. They had like a deeper burgundy color one, which I almost bought, but I liked the scent of the lighter burgundy one better. This one just smells like a simmer pot in my opinion. It has all of like those clovey, cinnamon, apple smells, and that's personally my favorite for fall. So this guy was 10 bucks, which I actually thought was a pretty decent deal considering there's similar candles being sold on designer sites for much more. And something that I actually really appreciated about this is that it has a little notch on it, so you know where to put the lid, because I've had a bunch of pumpkin candles in the past where you're just like constantly twisting it to get the lines right. So it's nice that it kind of locks in place, which is cute. And also I love shapes like this because once you're done using the wax, you can actually use this as a little container. And I love the coloring on this one. It kind of matches the burgundy theme that I have going throughout my house. So I figured it'd be pretty to reuse once it is burned through. So I'm actually gonna put this on our little candle warmer that I just bought, because I mentioned in my last video, we actually signed in our lease that we won't have any open flames in the house. So it's nice that I can use the candle warmer. It's so much more aesthetic than a regular candle. And it's nice because I can just put it on a timer and forget about it, which is great. And then when I'm not using it, I might kind of move it throughout my home just on little trays and styling moments, just to give off that really pretty fall feel and tie in that burgundy accent. Okay, so as I've mentioned in past videos, burgundy is one of my favorite colors to incorporate during the holidays, and that includes fall and Christmas. So I found this stunning burgundy wreath and I knew I had to have it. I just loved the coloring on this, and I felt like the leaves looked very realistic, and this guy was only $35, and that is such a good deal considering that McGee & Co actually sells a very similar looking wreath for like $168. So obviously this is the more affordable version, and honestly I feel like it looks very realistic, and you could totally just add a pretty ribbon on here to make it look a little bit more designer and just give it an added bit of interest. So I might hang this one on our front door, but for now I think I'm actually going to hang it on one of our curtain rods, because it's just a really easy, no frills way to incorporate a wreath into your space, but still just up the aesthetic and make it feel cozy and festive. So I'm just gonna hang it using a little S hook on one of our curtain rods, and it'll just help to tie in that burgundy accent throughout our space and make it feel really festive for fall. Okay, so this next piece was just so sweet, and when I saw it, I knew I had to get it just because the use was kind of unique and I felt like it was actually pretty versatile. And it's this super cute little scalloped candle holder. So this is actually intended for candles, so you just pop your candle on here and it elevates the look of it and just kind of makes it feel a little bit more styled and kind of helps to make your candle more of a moment, which I really like. But like I said, in our lease we did sign that we will not be lighting any candles. So I actually figured for now I'm going to use this as a little key holder or a jewelry holder. I just thought that the scallop detail was so sweet. This guy was only $15, which I felt like was a really good deal. And I just love anything marble. I think it really helps to make your space look expensive because it's typically a more expensive material, and it's also very classic and timeless. And I just really liked the shape of this with the sweet scallop detail. I think that helps to add a lot of interest, but it's also very subtle and natural at the same time. Okay, so pretty much every single year I see this piece and I'm like, wow, I should get that. And then I never do, and I always regret it. So this year I finally went for it, and it's this really beautiful amber glass low vase. And I actually got this for when we have guests over, because as most of you know, I really like to style with big statement vases with tall twiggy stems, because I feel like that really helps to anchor a table. It creates movement, it gives the space a focal point, and I think it's just really visually pleasing. But it's not super practical when we have guests and I need something lower because guests can't always see over the tall vases. So it'll be nice to have something lower so everybody can make eye contact with each other, but we still have a nice, beautiful focal point for the table. So I felt like this would be perfect because I like that you can see through it, so I can actually put live flowers in this when we do have guests over, and you can fill it with water, and it just gives off that really elegant, warm feel. And right now I don't have any real stems on hand, so I can show you what this will look like with some faux stems. But if you just imagine it with some water in it and some pretty kind of like low florals, I think that this would just be such a stunning piece to swap out some of my taller vases for when we do have guests over. So not only will it be practical to use on a dining table when guests come over, but I figured it would also be great to use on a coffee table so it's not too tall and you could see the TV. It's also just a really beautiful styling piece in general to help add warmth to my space and just give off that really beautiful autumnal feel. I also love using amber glass during the holidays as well. I think it looks really beautiful with evergreen stems, so that's gonna be something fun to look forward to, and I just figured it was a good purchase. This guy, let me see, yeah, it was only 25 bucks, so I felt like that was really decent, especially for all the use I'm going to get out of it. All right, everyone, that about wraps up this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little Target shop with me and haul for fall. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help to support my channel, and make sure that you're subscribed because there's a lot more fall content that I'm really excited to share with you all, and I don't want you guys to miss it. So be sure to hit the notification bell so that you're notified when those videos do go live. And I just want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope that your September is off to a great start, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!